Peace to all my gods and goddesses. This is another episode of the MarcoJah monologue tapes. And this tape is called Escaping the Matrix, the Aftermath of the 2024 election. Um, Now, this tape, man, is mainly, man, speaking to my 5%ers, to my truth seekers, my truth tellers, people who are not blind, deaf, and dumb, people who are quote unquote woke, if that's what you call it. I hate using that term woke because it's a lot of people claim that they were woke, especially maybe like 5-10 years ago when the conscious community was really having popularity online, and a lot of people got exposed as frauds, and a lot of people got exposed as just scammers. But I'm not talking, uh, you know, about those kind of people. I'm talking about real truth seekers, truth tellers, the 5%, not just people that's in the Nation of Gods and Earths and people that are in a Muslim God cipher, or people who are the NOI, not just people who are in that all those organizations, not talking for people who might practice, that Hebrew Israelite movement, which, I'm not. It's a lot of things with the Hebrew Israelites that I disagree with, and I think the information they give out sometimes is, really can't prove it, but I do think that they do expose the truth as well and wake up our young and old people, especially in the African diaspora. And as well, I want to include as well my truth seekers and truth tellers who might be Muslim, Christian, Jew. Um, we're going to have to, after this election, I'm telling you, after this election, like we're going to have to escape the matrix. And what made me want to do this video is because had a real rough year. I'll say the past 5 years for me have been a lot of ups and downs. Made a lot of mistakes. I made as well some good decisions as well, but I made a lot of bad mistakes, getting involved with the wrong people as well, having bad habits. But what inspired me to make this tape, I was just thinking last night that, I'm always thinking of how I can better my situation. And I just felt like that just to not necessarily live an average life, but live a free life. Live a life that I believe that the basic American should have if we're supposed to be in the best country in the world. It's getting by year very less obtainable to get the quote unquote American dream as well. Now, some people, they go to the military, make it a career. Some people go to college, get into a good lucrative field and do well for themselves. Some people as well have success in the 9 to 5, 8 to 4 work. They might start as an entry level climb up the ladder to manager to CEO. Sometimes, that works out for people. Some people get a trade. Like, I'm very interested, and that's one of my long-term goals is to get my CDLs so I can truck drive and as well start a truck driving business, maybe a food truck business on the side. Something, I've been putting off. But, that's a long-term goal. Some people, they have success in this system. Sometimes I said, I always say it's a group of people sometimes that they're good at being told what to do, being told what to think, can go along and get along. It's some people who don't mind, being followers or as well, or being a part of the system. There's nothing wrong being a follower. Every good leader is a follower. But as well, always encourage to be an independent thinker, even if what you think and what you stand up for and what you believe is not popular, and you as well have to deal with some type of scrutiny for the majority, or what we call what we call the 85%. But some people work well in the system. Some people want to stay in the system. And some people are comfortable in the system and doing well. Now you have people every day, I'll say maybe your average American, or you have people in the system that are they're scrapping and scratching to get by. And these people are in their 50s or 40s or 60s. You have those type of people in a system, which is a lot of majority of us. I would say maybe, let's just be nice, let's just say in this system, it's probably maybe a good 35 to 30% of people that's doing well, getting six figures, or maybe making 80,000, 70,000, 60,000. Okay, doing all right. Then there's people in the system that are scraping to get by, people who work at restaurants, people who have two jobs, people like one of my main professions and what I did, people who work in call centers, customer service, sales, which is what I do. You have people like that, people who work in fast food, people who are working at Walmart, have kids, have rent, have have bills, have a car payment. I'll say a lot of us, most of us Americans, we're scraping to get by. And it's like, I was just thinking of this last night. It's like how the average American is going to make it, and whoever wins, like I said in my last video talking about election, because the election is whoever gets elected, and election is coming up in 4 days, the results of whoever's going to get elected. But whoever wins, we're gonna, a lot of us who are not confined to the system, who are not a part of the 85%, or the sheep crowd, we're gonna have to get creative. We're gonna have to get creative. We're gonna have to maybe, some of us, hey, if you think going back to college is gonna do you justice, nothing wrong with that. Some of us is going to have to get trades. Some of us going to have to start our own businesses. We're going to have to get creative. Relying on the government, relying on the 9 to 5 in the future isn't going to be an option. We're already, which surprises me, we're already halfway done with this decade. We're in the 20s right now. We're already halfway done with this. I'll say about 2030. Us 5%ers are free thinkers. We're gonna have to get creative, man. And I see some channels, man, of some people on YouTube, how they have a lifestyle where they escape the matrix, where some people maybe live in a car, or some people might have a job where they can travel and they don't necessarily live anywhere, or some people, they might live in a RV, or some people might just buy some land in the wilderness and stack up on their guns and food and supplies. And it's people like that. But I believe that's like by 2030, man. Even before 2030, like, we're going to have to escape the matrix and get creative, because the future is not looking well, either if Trump or Kamala Harris get in. But the sheep, the 85%, is looking at the system like, especially people who are voting for Trump, they're looking at the system like Trump is going to save them. So Trump is going to save us. But, I don't put faith in politicians. I don't believe, especially when some people say Trump is a businessman, but I don't put faith in no businessman or politician. I don't believe these people care about us. I believe these people use their position of power to benefit themselves and to benefit these corporations, the shadow government, or what you call them. Or people want to say Illuminati, or these secret fraternity organizations like the Trilateral Commission, Bilderberg Group. I can go on and on. Freemasons, Shriners, Order of the Eastern Star. A lot of these different groups. Like, they want to appease them first, then they appease themselves, and then as well they have to appease of what's going on in the world, because it is a such thing as a global economy. And then after that, maybe the little scraps is left, they just throw down to us. Now, if you're gonna still be in the 85%, I want to say it's gonna be rough for you. I mean, it's still rough for us 5%ers. And when I say 5%ers, just talking about people who think for themselves, not necessarily an organization, but I'm just generalizing that term. But we're going to have to get creative, man. I don't think the future is looking too well. This is my last time talking about an election. This is my last time talking about election. I just hope y'all take care of yourselves, thinking about the future. There's some dark times ahead. You gotta have to have a strong mind. I'll say lately, myself, my head hasn't been where it needs to be. I don't want to put my business out too much, but I'm just trying to get my head together. And even though it's been a rough year, I'll say me being 7 months unemployed, me getting one job, getting let go over missing one day. Then another job I got, uh, I just decided to not take the position because it was an hour. It didn't have an hourly pay or base salary. I decided because I'm in a situation where I need to get paid either a salary or hourly. So I just let that job go. So for the past like 8 months, I haven't had decent employment. But sometimes when you go through stuff, um, it does kind of get to you and breaks you down. But I just want to encourage really everybody, not just the 5%. Encourage everybody. Just stay strong, get creative, think about your future from 5 years from now, 10 years from now. And let's survive. Let's just stop letting this government control our thinking. Let's stop depending on our government and depend on ourselves for survival. It's going to be like blood sport more than anything else. But before I go to, I want to say to y'all that because I do have a second YouTube channel called MD Kane, the Second Chamber. And I've been kind of wanting to have some, I've been thinking what I can do with that channel. I've been posting some of the same videos on my MarcoJah channel. But I stopped posting the same videos on the MarcoJah channel to the MD Kane Second Chamber channel. So I'm going to do more motivational, more personal videos on that channel. You'll be able to see my face. I just like the MarcoJah monologue tape series to kind of be more of in a podcast form. But I want y'all as well check my second YouTube channel. It's called MD Kane, the Second Chamber. I'm out. I want to say peace to all my gods and goddesses and all righteous families of the earth. And I'll see y'all on another one. Peace.